I'm Zoe Delahunty-Light, and I watched a lot of SpongeBob Squarepants as a kid. Bundled up in a blanket with it on the retrospectively tiny TV at my nanny's house, I loved that show. So, thanks to the kind sponsors for this video, THQ Nordic, I'm thrilled to announce that I got to go hands-on with SpongeBob Squarepants and the Cosmic Shake. So much love has been put into the game, and you can feel it's made by those who know SpongeBob inside out, so, coming from someone who used to watch it, this is 5 things that altered my brain chemistry when I was playing SpongeBob Squarepants and the Cosmic Shake. I used to hide my eyes when these bits came up in the show. You know the bits I mean. Yep, SpongeBob SquarePants and the Cosmic Shake has the occasional, incredibly detailed, grotesque illustrations and just, well, take a look at them.
She's pretty.
It isn't my fault I have a severe eye patch allergy.
Oh, of course, sweetie. Here, have a candy bar.
Wow, vintage!
They always appear when you least expect it, which I will admit I do kind of love because it is basically a jump scare. But these are definitely number 1 in my list. The faces SpongeBob makes in the intro screen to SpongeBob SquarePants and the Cosmic Shake should really have prepared me for the rest of the game, but it didn't. SpongeBob has been translated really well into 3D, which I'm pleasantly surprised by, as I'm used to seeing our porous friend in the 2D Game Boy Advance aesthetic, because obviously I played those games when I was younger too. Every level has these tiny details that bring them to life, which, speaking of, there are still pops of the classic SpongeBob that I know from the TV show, like these movie posters and the paintings in the museum, and Squidward's painting, which belongs in a museum. Each themed world has that cartoon exaggeration from the show and a completely different look, with my favourite aesthetic, of course, being rock bottom because it feels just as scary as the episode it hails from, so also, of course, it's the level with the stealth sections. Rock bottom and every other level has these tiny details that bring them to life, which, speaking of, there are some bits in SpongeBob SquarePants and the Cosmic Shake that need to be seen to be believed. Here are my absolute favourites. I don't know why, but this butt dance has a grip on Bikini Bottom. Must be the hot new craze. Not only were these fish shaking their little thing in the Wild West saloon, but they also just went for it on the beach. I wish I could have their panache. Truly, I envy them. Okay, you need some context for this one. One level is a whole ass film set, and it's my favourite one, and I will be talking about it more later, but for now, all you need to know is that Sandy kills it in her Kill Bill inspired outfit. Good on you, kiddo. SpongeBob's enemies are usually of the squishy ombre variety, but my heart was stolen by this single pacifist enemy who's singing their heart out. I will protect them at all costs. These paper lanterns drawn on cardboard crack me up, and the no sushi sign is dark. I mean, can you imagine being in a film set and seeing skinned humans on top of rice? Neither can I, so maybe it's understandable that they don't want that around the cameras. No SpongeBob media would be complete without handsome Squidward. I mean, it is a film set after all, of course he wants to be on camera, but someone has taken an issue with that. And finally...
Ouch! Hey, that was my hiding barrel!
There's always something waiting around the corner to surprise and delight. Balloon Patrick, don't ask, no spoilers about how he got that way, turns into an arrow when you get lost to direct you the right way, but even when you know exactly where to go, you can never quite predict what's going to happen next. On a karate film set, I had to do screen tests, a slow-mo premiere, and then back in the quote-unquote real world, because Bikini Bottom is real, you can't convince me otherwise, I actually got a chance to flip some Krabby Patties. I never knew what was coming next. There's so much more to SpongeBob SquarePants and the Cosmic Shake than bright colours and jump scare illustrations. It's a really solid platformer with lots of heart and increasingly complicated combat. You start off with the classic glide using a pizza box, but soon it's all about kicking and bubble boards, and I am not exaggerating when I say every single level introduces a new way to move. Stringing all these different types of movement together takes more and more concentration as the levels progress, and the combinations get obtuse in that way that platformers do. By the time I got to the caveman level, things genuinely got quite hard and I was humbled. I was a caveman, and caveman SpongeBob can't express himself particularly eloquently, but I think this sums it up. SpongeBob SquarePants and the Cosmic Shake's combat doesn't pull any punches either, quite literally. Like with the traversal, new enemies are introduced gradually, each with their own personality, like this miserable looking blob that spawns enemies. And no wonder they're looking miserable, they've clearly had enough of it, as even their attack pushes you away so they can just be left alone. Very relatable. My favourite so far though is this unicycling lollipop girl who will just bat your bubbles right on back if you don't fire at exactly the right time. But every single enemy, even though they're all trying to knock out poor old SpongeBob, has masses of personality and character, like this gym bro right here who clearly skipped leg day. One of the things I love most is that all these different traversal mechanics, the hook, the ground stomp, the bubble net, and of course the karate kick, are also designed to be used in combat. What that means is that SpongeBob, despite being not aerodynamic at all, I mean, he's a literal square, flies across the screen, and I was forced to switch up my strategy when new enemies, like the aforementioned Lollipop Girl, popped up and battered away my tried and true bubble trap. I love that the enemies in SpongeBob SquarePants and the Cosmic Shake do genuinely always keep you on your toes, and they offer a level of challenge that I really didn't expect. SpongeBob SquarePants and the Cosmic Shake has some good writing.
I'm ready! Come on, let's save Bikini Bottom from the unintended yet devastating consequences of our own actions.
It's firmly tongue-in-cheek with references to Jaws.
The thing about a monster, it's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Keeping it all PG-friendly.
And revel in the destruction of
Ahem.
the downfall of dismissal? The dismissal!
With, of course, so many references to old episodes that it's joyous to spot them all.
Retreat!
I can't understand your accent.
If you watched SpongeBob as a kid or have it on in the background while your kids watch it, which is an excellent choice, there's loads of little tidbits to reward longtime fans and also keep us grown-ups entertained with jokes that can go under the radar for younger players, which is never a bad thing in my book.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe! Catch a shrimp by the toe and crush him!
Ahem.
Fine, no clashing.
And that's 5 things from SpongeBob SquarePants and the Cosmic Shake that absolutely altered my brain chemistry. Thank you to THQ Nordic for sponsoring this video and letting me get hands-on with the game. For those of you who have fond memories of SpongeBob SquarePants, I really do recommend it. Or if you're looking for a solid platformer with every saturated colour in the rainbow, then this is the game for you. Let me know in the comments below if you think you're going to pick it up and also what your favourite SpongeBob memory is. My one is when he stays on the bus too long and gets to that weird town, because for an anxious teenager/kid that was incredibly relatable. If you enjoyed the video and me reliving my childhood and all of those excruciatingly detailed illustrations, then thanks very much, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Eurogamer as we have a new video out almost every single day. Now, I'm gonna go and re-watch some SpongeBob SquarePants episodes to get a hit of that sweet, sweet nostalgia, and try and find a blanket to get bundled up in again, and I'll probably end up craving a burger, so I'll see you lot next time.